up, y'all? Welcome back to Erbs class, man, for 5 more minutes of math. Today's lesson is about intercepts, okay? So depending on what you talk about, intercepts can mean a lot of different things. But in math class, intercepts are, okay, where graphs cross an axis. Now remember in math on the coordinate axis, we got 2 axes, right? Remember this? Yeah, of course you remember that. So the x-axis is our horizontal one, and our y-axis is our vertical one. So if I put a line up here, let's start with something simple like a linear graph. Yeah, like that. So my linear graph here actually crosses each axis. Yeah, these are the intercepts. Yeah, of course. So obviously where my line crosses my x-axis is my x-intercept, and where my line crosses my y-axis is my y-intercept. And it really doesn't matter if it's a straight line or a curvy line or an exponential line. We'll talk about all that later. But just to get the basics, we're going to start with something basic. Okay, let's get a closer look at these intercepts. Okay, so I went ahead and put a couple of tick marks on these axes so we can count. So notice on my x-intercept what the y value is. Yeah, that y value is 0. Yeah, that's gonna come in handy later, I promise you. And likewise, on my y-intercept, look what my x value is. So we are going to use that information to help us find these intercepts later. Actually, not even later. Let's talk about this right now. Okay, so just to summarize, the x-intercept is where our line crosses the x-axis. Yeah, and of course, likewise, the y-intercept is where my line will cross the y-axis. Yeah, but more important than that, and probably the most important part of this whole lesson, are the values at that intercept. Yeah, we need to take note of that. Good. At the y-intercept, our x value is going to be 0. And no matter where I cross on that y-axis, my x value will always be 0. We're going to use that in a second. Likewise on the x-axis. At every crossing point on this x-axis, my y value is 0. Yeah, let me show you how we're going to use that to find our intercepts. Okay, so now that we know what intercepts are, let's talk about how to find them. So to find our x-intercept, we're going to start with that one. To find our x-intercept, we're going to use that fact that the y value is equal to 0 at that intercept, just like this. First step, in every line equation, well, in almost every line equation, there's going to be an x and there's going to be a y. In that line equation for the variable y, remember, it's 0 at the intercept. So make that y value equal to 0. And then the only variable you'll have left is x. So we solve that equation for x. And that x value you get is the intercept. Yeah, it's the x value of the intercept. Remember, the y value is going to be 0. You want to try one real quick? I knew it. Okay, here's a line equation in standard form, right? So I got to make y equal to 0. So I'm going to change my equation just like this. Yes, that y value is 0 now. Of course, 2x plus 0 is just 2x, of course. And now, of course, to solve this, all you gotta do is divide both sides by 2. And x equals 2, my x-intercept is 2, and the location, the point where it is 2, 0. Okay, now if I do this for the x-intercept, I bet it's very, very similar for the y. Well, okay, here we go, right? So if I'm finding the y-intercept, remember the x value is 0, so I'm gonna set x equal to 0. Yeah. Then I'm going to solve for y, and the value I get is the y-intercept. Same equation, different intercept, looks like this. Yeah, just like that. And of course, 2 times 0 is 0, and 0 plus y is just y. So we don't even have to do any further solving here. Y equals 4, the intercept is 4, and that location is 0, 4. Yeah, once we get these intercepts, it's so easy to do graphs. I got 2 points, I draw a linear graph in between them. That's it for linear. We'll do advanced when we get to advanced. You should check out the practice video. I'll see you over there. Bye, guys.